Here we go. Hello, everybody. This is Warzone number 336. Thank you for coming. Where is everybody? Nobody wants to come tonight? Okay. What's up, people? How's everybody doing? Give me a spot. I had some stuff to prepare. You haven't even been waiting in here, man. It was 10-0 and trees go to war. You weren't waiting in. Trees go to war. Trees, how old are you? I gotta know. There's no fucking way you're 28. This dude be bringing the fucking troll game every damn week. I'm a troll. You must be 4. Okay. So yeah, it's Friday night. Let's see what's going on right now. New York Comic-Con's going on. I guess Blade Runner started this weekend. Did anybody see it yet? Has anybody seen the Blade Runner? Has anybody seen it yet? Hello? I guess not. I really didn't even know it was this weekend. Lord Vaughn sent me an email, said it already started, and he went and saw it. He said it was dope. So, I haven't been to the movies in a while, so I don't even know when I'm going to get to see it. You know, keeping busy and all and doing my thing. What about you guys? Don't see why people care. Philip K. Dick wasn't a part of it. Wait, are you at the, were you at the New York Comic-Con, Butterball? Did you see Tony? Or Hip Hop Gamer or any of them dudes? Damn, if I knew you were going to be at Comic-Con, nah, I wouldn't have went. I wasn't planning on going this year. I'm going to go next year, though. I was at my booth. Did you see the drawings I was posting on Twitter? From my booth at the Comic-Con? Yeah, so you did see him. Did you laugh? Did you laugh when you saw him? Let me post them in the channel here so people can see. I kept seeing all these artists post all their pictures from the Comic-Con, all their commissions. I said, oh, let me make pretend I'm there. And I posted some like whack-ass fucking pictures. Let's see, there's one. Save you. And then there's another one. I should have did more, but I didn't have time. It's been a busy week. What was the funny part? The pictures or the fact that I said I was at Comic-Con all week? Here's my pics. I can draw too, motherfuckers. There we go. There's Batman. And some silly looking robot I drew while I was sitting at my desk. I'll be here all week. New York Comic Con. Come to my booth. What's the deal with the pumpkin patch, Steve? All right, so that's that. What did you now? Butterball, you're an artist too, right? Yeah, because if I was there, you would have saw me. Because it's like, how could you not see me in that crowd? Did you? So if you saw E-Man, I'm sure you hung out at the artist tables. Did he do a commission for you? Oh, you didn't? But you did. But you did look at all the people drawing and stuff because that's what you want to do one day, right? So if I go next year, and you go next year, wait, you are doing what? Did you have a booth? Definitely don't type that fast. Y E S. No, but I do that when I go to the cons. You do what? You do commissions? But you just didn't do one at New York Comic Con? Oh, shit. Now, let me ask you a question. Are you doing commissions just because you can draw, or do you actually work for a comic book company? Why? I know my own. So you can, so as an artist, you can just rent a booth at the artist alley and just draw pictures for people and like sell them. How much do you sell your commissions for? This is very interesting to me. I might have to get him to do a commission for me. Depends. Let's say, hey, Butterball, can you make a picture of Batman for me? Like the dope one I just posted? How much would that cost? Like a bust of Batman, or Batman standing on top of a goblin on a gargoyle on top of the building or something cool with his cape hanging, and it's raining, and he's got a Zagnut in his pocket. Well, W-E... all that shit, $50. That ain't bad. What's the most you've made doing commissions at Comic-Con? This is interesting. I'm interviewing Butterball. And I'm about to pitch him. I've never had a table at New York Comic-Con, but you've done, what'd you do, San Diego Comic-Con? Where? And what's the most you've made? If you don't mind me asking. S-A-N. Oh, that's not bad. Does that cover the cost of the table? How much is the table? Shah the one. Shah, what, do you do art too, Shah? We're about to turn this into a comic book show. How do you know it's 50? Because you're like me, you wanted to show some of your art and you figure out how much does it cost. I should just get a fucking artist table and just draw. I'll just sit there with a pen and people come up and ask me to draw shit. And it'll come out fucked up like those pictures I posted. Scroll up, Shah the one. I was at New York Comic Con all week doing commissions. I posted 2 of them in here. Have you ever done San Diego Comic Con? That's got to be expensive. Okay, so you do like, where are you from, Butterball? From Turkey country? He's getting it out, folks. He's typing. While I'm waiting for Butterball to type. It's the real D-White, motherfuckers. Where the fuck Ice yet? Virginia. I do cons mainly in the East Coast. You do any in Boston? Even though ours isn't really that good, it's getting better. Hopefully it's on the scale of New York Comic Con one day. All right, cool. So now, at what point do you decide, okay, I can draw and I'm good enough to have a table at a con? Let's do it. At what point do you make that decision? I'm about to do it. You saw my pictures. You just do it. You just say, fuck it. But you have to have some confidence in your artwork, right? You have to be like, you know what? I can draw pretty good. I'm going to do a booth. Or a table. And do you bring your portfolio so people know if you can draw or not? Because if you don't have anything but blank sheets of paper, who the fuck is going to ask you to draw? Got to have your portfolio out there, right? He's like, I came here to listen about the video game news. Why is he interviewing me? I bring prints and books. You have books that you've done. Dude, have I showed you all my collection of fucking... Where is that? Shit. Let me show you something. You're about to flip. Okay, I'm going to tell you one of my favorite places to go. And it's about art. Can you guess? I'll give you 3 guesses. Let's see if you can get it. You really need... If we meet up someday, I'll give you some typing lessons. Butterball? A gallery? No. Blick. I love going to Blick. I can go to Blick and spend a good 2 hours there. Okay? Check this shit out. This is my little pen box, or whatever they call them. Pen suitcase. Because I want to draw, because I actually used to draw. I used to do my own comics. I used to do graffiti. I did art for my high school when I was younger. So I truly do love art, and I do love drawing. I now have a Microsoft Surface, which is great for drawing, digital drawing, but I still like drawing on paper. This is my marker and pen collection. I don't know what it looks like on, let me see the stream. Yeah, there we go. So you can see I got some different types in there. Brista, I got fucking Micron. You got to have Micron. I got Copic multi-liners. You know, all the shit you got to have to be an artist. And then I got all my mechanical pencils on this side. Ain't that some shit? I got this on Amazon. Love it. However, I never make time to draw anymore. So, and I want to get back into it, because I used to, when I was like 16, 15 years old, I had this little table, and I was on the 3rd floor in the attic in my room. And I had, you know, posters all over the walls, and I was deeply, deeply into comics, video games, movies, animation, just like I am now. But I'm not as much in the comics because I don't provide myself enough time to read comics anymore. Because you got to work, you got to provide for the family, got to give your woman proper attention. I love to cook, so I spend a lot of time cooking. I'm doing a new, very healthy thing. I'll explain it to you in a minute. So I don't afford the time that I don't have the time that I used to have. I used to be one of those dudes that went in the comic book store and came out with a stack like that big, and I'm talking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Aliens vs. Predator, Cops, Visionaries, Dynamo Joe, all the weird, funky shit. Like yo, Lawrence, chill, man, chill your mic, Lawrence. What the fuck? Don't want to hear your conversation. Jesus, man, shit, you're fucking up the show. People pay good money to see this. So, like, all the weird, like, indie shit that nobody really cared about. Like, I was reading Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles before anybody knew it was popular. You know, all the weird, funky shit I could find, I was reading. While I grew up as a kid, I'd occasionally get Spider-Man or Batman or Superman comics. I had the Avengers Ultron issue. I probably threw away a lot of money because I had #1s. I had the Ultron issue, which is worth some good money. I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. I had like the first 50 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I remember ElfQuest, Jademan Comics. My cousin was into that. Just lots of good shit. Loved, absolutely fucking loved Cops. I was all about that. The comic, the cartoon, Visionaries, the comic, the cartoon. Then DC came out with this gold superhero. I forget what his name was. It was Gold something. I was into that. If it was like not any of the mainstream superheroes, I was into it. Booster Gold, yes. But I'd like things like crossovers, like when Wolverine crossed over and fought Hulk. Anytime Spider-Man crossed over, you know, I was into that shit. So I used to get stacks. So at some point, I started creating my own comics. So I'd go home and I'd sit on my table and I'd draw stuff. I got the Marvel Learn to Draw the Marvel Way was a book to teach you how to draw the Marvel way. So that's what taught me how to draw proper. And I started writing my comics. So I'd write a comic book script. I'd write a comic book script, and then I'd get the paper that had panels on it. First, I was drawing my own panels. Then I found out you could like order paper that already had the panels in the blue that you couldn't copy. And I was doing my own comics, so I did like 2 or 3 comics. And everybody I let them read my comics. They all loved my comics. They said they were great. I did parodies. I did a parody of Predator. I did a parody of Aliens, and it would star me and all my friends as the characters in the comic. And everybody loved that because they were fucking hilarious. And then I actually started writing a series. And I wrote the first issue from beginning to end. I penciled it. I did all the lettering. I did all the inks. It was called The Guardian. It was about this giant robot in some galaxy far, far away with some conflict between aliens and quote-unquote, humans. And it was dope shit, and I was heavily into it. As soon as I got out of high school, all of that stopped. That was it. Okay, I'm out of high school. I have to find a job now. So I can't sit and veg and do comics all day like I used to. Like, I got time. I got a little bit of time for video games, but there's no time to be drawing anymore. So basically from the time I was 18 until now, I really haven't been drawing. But I've wanted to draw. So I got all these markers and all these collection of pencils because whenever I go to Comic-Con, I like to see what Micron and Copic have released for pens. And I buy that shit. And I got art books and everything. But I never take the time. It's like, okay, you need to sit down and fill an art book. You need to take an art book and do nothing but hands because you suck at drawing hands. Just do a whole book of hands. And I never sit down and do it. So I love it, but I just haven't made time to do it. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I just got to make time and actually do it. So I got to give you props, Butterball, because you're living the dream. My man, you're living the dream. So props to you. And, yeah, so if you're ever at a Comic-Con that I'm at, what style do I draw in? Fucking Wu-Tang style. I don't know. Like I said, I started with the book called Learn to Draw the Marvel Way. So everything I learned was the Marvel Way, just to give me a baseline. And what the fuck is this? What are you doing with this picture? What are you doing with this picture? What the fuck is wrong with you, trees? What is wrong with you? You have a problem. You have a problem, trees. Oh my god, that picture's so old.
I saw another commercial with you.
What?
There's this commercial where this white guy is a gladiatorial thing, and he ends up in a gladiatorial arena, and there's a giant black man that is basically the.
Oh, you're just trolling me, Ice. Ice, you're going in and out. Are you using your phone again?
I mean, yeah, that's what I always use.
Well, use your new headset.
I'm talking right into the damn.
Yeah, but it's going in and out. Ask anybody. Butterball says, I'll draw that. Do I do more fantasy or more modern? You got to understand, Lawrence, I haven't drawn anything since I was 18. So back then, I did robots. I did a lot of sci-fi stuff. So I would say it was modern, futuristic, not a lot of fantasy stuff, but I had things that I wanted to do that were fantasy related. You know, but I really want to get back into it. Those 2 little drawings I did those drawings. I didn't even do them to make Butterball laugh. Kalel, if you follow Kalel on Twitter, you got to follow him because he posts everything. He posts all these dope pictures. He posts dope little animations, and he always posts the latest and greatest movie trailers. So I follow him, and he was retweeting all this artwork because he posts a lot of artwork from different cons all over the place. So he was posting all this artwork of people doing commissions. So I said, let me draw some commissions for Kalel. So I did it to make him laugh. And apparently Butterball saw that shit. He was cracking up too. And there's probably a bunch of other people that saw it and laughed too. Let's see. like you're a white gladiator and the end boss is you have to take a Snickers bar out of Tart's paper convenience store sack against his will. Why the gladiator got to be white, though? Let the gladiator be played by Felicia Day. Oh, wait, she's white, too. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. So I want to do it. I'll probably try to get into it at some point. I want to get really good with the tablet. I want to go back to do some, pencil and inks. I want to get good at it. I really do, because I love drawing and I love artwork. I just love it. If it's posted, I'm looking at it. And Kalel's always posting that shit. I love to see people's drawings. I don't know what it is. I just love it. Anyway, so no, I'm not doing a keto diet. I have decided. So you guys don't know. I'm going to tell you something. So I don't know how many people bought my book here or have heard me talk about my cousin Perry before, but he's the one who started Video Game Time magazine with me. He started Video Game Time online with me. He's the first person I ever beat like a seriously hard game with, Mega Man and a lot of stuff we played back then. And I said on Twitter that he had a stroke. So he had a stroke and he was on blood thinners. So they had to take him off the blood thinners and fix all that stuff. And I had actually talked to him and made him laugh after all that happened while he was in the hospital. And he was going to rehab after that. And I'm like, well, he's got to be home by now. So I get in touch with his wife, and I'm like, what's going on? He had another stroke. So apparently he's got this rare brain condition where he's prone to having strokes. And right now he's just like, he's probably going to have to go to rehab for the rest of his life. And it's, it kind of hit me hard because, this is my cousin. He's like my big brother and everything. So I'm really concerned about him, but I'm hoping he can pull through and, get rehabilitated and get all his senses back to him. But it's just, so I've been dealing with that shit and it's really tough. So, and the doctor said he'd be in rehab for the rest of his life, but I don't really believe that. So I'm hoping he can pull out of it and, walk and talk. He's having lots of problems right now. He's just basically sitting there, but it's going to take him some time before he can stand up, walk on his own. He's having trouble. He can't breathe on his own. It just fucking sucks. So dealing with that shit. But, Perry, I'm here basically today because of me and Perry's love for video games. Not only do we have a love for video games, but we had a love for game journalism. We were, for real. We were reading video game magazines when some of you guys weren't even born. Electronic Games, Computer Games Magazine, all that stuff back in the days that we used to pick up on the newsstands and read and freak out over. And one day wish that we could be journalists, and we did it. That's why I'm still here doing it today, just because I love the whole aspect of it all. So, so that's just that. Tor, look into those Chinese tablets on GearBest and Alibaba. They're as good as the Wacom, but cheaper. Well, I have a Surface. I got a Surface Pro, the latest and greatest. I got, I work at a great company now. So I got them to buy me a Surface. So I'm going to be playing around with that. And I made sure I got a better one than the rest of the employees. I am the IT guy. So, Anyway, so, Anyway, that's enough of that. Hope you had a good time at the Comic-Con Butterball. And was that your first time meeting E-Man? Did he give you one of his cool little booklets that he makes for the shows? He does these little booklets. They're pretty sick. You need to post more of your art, Butterball. Did you give me your DeviantArt yet? Your DeviantArt link? Dude, you need to create a DeviantArt page. What the hell's wrong with you? Even I have a DeviantArt page. You got to do it, man. Get yourself out there. I want to see some of your stuff. Send me some of your stuff. Maybe you can help me rebrand. I want more. Wait, you're saying you handed it to me? We've met before? No, didn't you give me links before to something you had? Did I add you? Did I actually add you on DeviantArt? Hold on a second. I got so many people on DeviantArt. Let's see here. Okay. So make sure when you go to DeviantArt torrents, you don't go to the titties page. What's your DeviantArt name again, Butterball? Butterball's like, this motherfucker. Yeah, you did send an email. Okay, so what's your... Was it Butterball on the email too? Let's see. I mean, you don't have to tell everybody what your real name is here. I know you want to hide your secret identity. B-U-T-R... No, that's not coming out. And I had to send it... You sent it to my Gmail, right? Oh, Instagram, Twitter. Oh, yeah, I know I follow you on Twitter. Oh, Instagram. Instagram.com. That's right. You're like, this motherfucker really don't care about me. Who the fuck am I kidding? There it is. Buttram, right? Oh, no, I typed the wrong thing in. Sorry. Yeah, I can't find you, man. Oh, this account is private. I need to log in. Okay. Everybody's like, when are you going to talk about games, Torrance? This is comic shit. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't even know my fucking...
What?
Oh.
Oh.
Ice.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
You know what we're going to talk about tonight, right?
No fucking idea. No, nothing happened in video games.
Oh, yes it did, my friend.
What?
Warner Brothers microtransactions. You hear about that shit?
No, I don't. I really could give a fuck less about those Lord of the Rings games. That first one was terrible in my opinion.
Are you serious?
The fucking Batman fighting thing is the worst fucking
It's
thing.
not Batman fighting. That's fucking...
Yes, it is. That, like, go between 7 different people. I fucking hate the way that game... The way the combat was in that game.
Butterball, private message me your shit again so I can look at it again. Because I can't concentrate on the show and looking up your stuff again. I need a place where I could see. You need to make a DeviantArt page so I can go there and give you thumbs up and all that shit. So I can support you, man.
Or thumbs down.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Why?
I just wouldn't. It's mean.
Why is that mean?
It just is, my brother.
And if you don't like something, say something you don't like. It takes personal. Jesus. What's wrong? That's what's wrong with everyone nowadays.
So, Sari's the Great says, Tor, are you a self-taught artist? Yes, kinda. So, here's how I did it. I started by tracing things that I thought looked cool. I'd get some paper and I would trace it and color it. And I was like, oh, I really like drawing. But even before that, I would draw like... I was like deeply into Battleship Yamamoto. At the time it was called Star Blazers. And I liked Space Wars. So I would draw a bunch of spaceships on each side of the paper. And then I would draw missiles being fired from one side to the other and blowing up on the ships. I had a really wild imagination as a kid. I still do. And after that, I started doing tracing. You guys know the first time I saw Return of the Jedi, I almost lost my shit. because of that space battle. I literally lost my shit when I saw that when I was a kid. I was like, oh my fucking God. This is fucking Star Blazers all over again. Anyway, so I started tracing. I was chasing things like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. Anything I could find that could be traced, I would trace it. And one of my good friends was a great artist, but he was self-taught, and his shit was just like incredible. It blew mine away. And I just kept at it. Then I learned how to draw the Marvel way. And that's how I learned the basics of comic drawing. Adam J, that's a new name. If I may ask, I don't want to interrupt you, mate. How do you believe they are making one pay to see the end game? Okay, so everybody wants to know what the fuck. What are you talking about with this Lord of the Rings shit? Okay, supposedly, all these journalists, well, not all of them, but Total Biscuit was in an uproar on Twitter because supposedly you can't beat the game until you get some kind of a loot crate. Let me find the tweets. Like, I'm not when I put that title up there, I'm not saying this is confirmed. I'm saying this is what's been going around all day on Twitter. So here's what Total Biscuit had to say. And I love it when he goes crazy and gets pissed off at something, because he's just like, he rants and rants and rants. So let me find it real quick. And it's funny because I was reading his tweets, but I'm like, okay, what fucking game is he talking about? Oh, here it is. Sorry's the Great. He draws too. He designed his own ElfQuest characters long ago. Oh, great. Oh, I gotta find this. I didn't expect to jump right into this right away, so give me a second here. And I'll find the tweets. Shut up, Ice. Shut up. I knew. I said after I say this, Ice is going to jump and say, "Well, that's what the title of the show says," and you started talking about it. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so
your shit together, man.
This motherfucker, Ice, you're the motherfucker sometimes.
So I can tell you what I've heard about this through.
Yes, you go ahead, Ice. Yes.
So, from what I remember of the first game, there's like these guys you have to fight, right? There's like these big tier of dudes that are like your nemesis.
Right.
And now, I'm not sure if it was in the first game like this, but it is now, where there's a tier of nemesis. So there is one tier of nemesis that you can only get from these loot boxes. And I'm thinking that one of the loot boxes that gives you one of these tiers is only through microtransaction, not through gameplay.
Right. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to read his tweets. He starts off with, despite graceful microtransactions, traditional media rains 8s and 9s down on Shadow of Mordor. And you wonder why they get away with it. Unsurprisingly, they didn't send us a review code. Can't imagine why. Literally impossible. Single-player transactions affect game pacing. It's unavoidable. They affect anyone who plays it. And he says, how could I forget on this? So he's responding to people. Then he goes, according to the GameSpot review, legendary orcs are only available in paid loot boxes. Random loot boxes in-game will only give you epic. So anyone that thought they wouldn't lock content behind a gambling paywall, you were fooled yourself. It's WB. And then he says, Polygon reports that the game's 4th act, which unlocks the true ending, requires use of loot boxes or it will become a hopeless grind. And then he says, while some outlets scared for their future review copies glossed over it, at least a few had the spine to call out what this system does. It turns a part of the game into a hideous grind unless you spend real money. And I'm not even talking about the multiplayer. This is the 4th act in the single player. So that's what he wrote. And I'm like, oh shit. Are they really putting like gameplay, single player gameplay behind a paywall? That's some cold-blooded shit. And I've never known Warner Brothers to do this shit before. I mean, they didn't do it in any of their Batman games, right?
I'm not sure. Warner Brothers is pretty gross when it comes to like special skins. Like Batman had like a bunch of special, like you would have one special skin at Target, one special skin at Walmart, one special skin at Amazon, and then like at the end of the, whenever their periods were done with that, you could just buy them all for like $5 to $10.
Right. But you didn't need it to beat the game.
No, I don't think that's ever. I don't think that's other than what's the game that you would really like a lot that had like DLC that quote unquote finished the game.
That I really liked.
Yeah, no, yep, you do like it. It's that like Asora's Wrath like had DLC that like quote unquote finished the story.
Oh no, I finished the story without the DLC.
Well, what?
I got my ending.
Yes, you got your ending, but okay. Well, if you want to say that, then yes. Then if you want to use like that analogy was, well, I got my ending, then this game has no problem then, because everyone will get their ending, right?
Well, no, but see, he's saying in order to get that ending, you have to grind. So if they're doing the same thing as Asora's Wrath, where there's another ending or there's a more detailed ending than what you get, then yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Like that's the key word is the true ending.
And I'll be honest, I didn't know there was an additional ending to Asora's Wrath. I got the game for review, I beat it, and I put it down, and I fucking loved it. I didn't know there was another ending via DLC. I knew there was some extra content that you could get, but I didn't know it was a true ending, and like, who would pay for that? You know, and I didn't care about it. I was like, oh, so whatever. But I didn't know you had to pay for it, and I thought it was just... I think at the time, I thought it was something you get by playing the game on hard or something like that. And I'm like, I'm not going to play this game on hard again just to get a different ending.
Right.
But I was happy with the game, so it didn't bother me. So I guess in Total Biscuit's eyes, I would have been one of those journalists that glossed over it because I didn't fucking know. You know. So
I'll say this, though. I wonder how many, not giving anyone a pass,
Mm-hmm.
but I would be interested to know how many people actually knew that that mechanic existed.
Mm-hmm.
Where it was like, you can only get these guys from these boxes, and that's how you get this certain ending. Like, I wonder how many people knew that
Interesting.
when they make their review. So I wonder how what's the word for it? How open that is, how open that is communicated in the game. That hey, you're gonna need this thing to get this better ending.
Right. I don't know.
Which it might be a hidden thing. Who knows?
This guy sliding back and forth in the high school hallway, I'm mesmerized by it. Part of me...
Transactions are becoming such a fucking thing in video games now.
Yeah.
It's not surprising.
It's like they see, okay, we can make extra money, so let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't blame them, but...
No, I can blame them for hindering main gameplay.
Oh, hindering gameplay, yes, but I can't blame them for doing microtransactions in general.
Like we've always said on this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna do microtransactions, make sure it doesn't impact the game.
Yep.
Most likely, the best way to do it, especially in games where you have an avatar, is do it through fucking cosmetics.
Right.
Games like what's the fucking Rainbow Six game? Do it more correct than others. They have the base game you pay for. If you want DLC characters, you buy those, but you can buy them singles for like $5, or you can buy like a whole season's worth for like 30 or 20. The maps that come out are free, so everyone gets those maps, and then there are a bunch of other things that are all cosmetic that are microtransactions.
Yeah.
But everything as far as gameplay, besides the characters,
Mm-hmm.
you can earn the characters through playing the game too. It just takes a long time.
Right.
They even give you that option.
But again, wouldn't this be something for the completionists? Like me, if it's single player, I'm happy to get to the end of the game. I don't care about platinums. I don't care about getting 1,000 points in Xbox. I just want to beat the story.
Well, yeah, but that's the really interesting to figure out is, like I said, the way he frames it as far as the word true ending or the phrase true ending,
Mm-hmm.
if the game ends, like the story is complete, I wonder how satisfactory that will be for players, or if this thing he's talking about actually is like the culmination of the story that's hidden.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be nice to know.
Yeah, that's interesting to know. Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe that piece should actually show.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
If you're gonna write that article, you should show what it is that you don't have, like what it is that you don't get when you don't have that. Instead of just saying, "Well, you don't get this thing." Well, what is that thing?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Because if it's like Mass Effect 3 has an ending where it's like Mass Effect 3 has like a special ending, I guess, like that you don't get unless you do certain things right.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Mass Effect, that's like not necessarily. Mass Effect has like weird weird things where it's like, is this canon? Is it not? Is it your canon?
Yeah.
It's like there are no true canon because everyone's choices are different.
Right.
But if you don't get that one, if like you don't do everything and get that one super special ending, it doesn't necessarily make the game better or worse.
Right.
It's just something that's very small. That's an addition.
Yeah, that's no big deal, and that's like again, that's for the guys who are completionists. Right.
Oh,
you know,
but the one like and just saying another thing that's really, as far as I remember, as far as it's not really microtransaction. It was DLC. I don't know how you differentiate those, but remember when Mass Effect 2 or 3 came out, they had that one guy Javik, and he was like a pre-order thing, but he was like his missions were super interesting, and his point of view was super interesting in that game. That like the game would be worse without that. That
must have been 3 because I don't remember him from 2 because I got all the DLC for 2.
Like it's a lesser for me when I played it. It's a lesser game if I didn't have that character in the game.
Right, right.
And that's a pre-order thing. Like so that was always like really weird for me to be like, yeah, if you have this, it's really cool. It's really good. But if you don't, that kind of sucks because you're missing out on the outlook on the game.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah.
So
that stuff I find bad.
That is bad, but you know what? And I guess I blame myself because if I sit down and play a game, I don't get into it like I used to. Like, I got to know everything about this game, all about the DLC, this and that, find stuff. Oh, I don't do that anymore. I haven't done that for years. So, and then years ago when I was doing that, the games weren't as big as they are now. It's just a matter of having time to do that. So, that's why people are, oh, you didn't hear about this Torrance? I'm like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? So that's kind of crazy. I'm still going to get the game, but, I don't think boycotting the game is the issue. Because you can have a lot of people that don't like what's going on and they can boycott the game. But the real issue is if we, as a collective group, if we want this kind of stuff to stop, this kind of business to stop, then we got to stop paying for it. So as long as people are paying for it, publishers are going to keep doing it. It doesn't matter what it is. If they're sending people boxes of shit and they're buying it, then they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean that's what 2K is going through right now.
Yeah.
Like 2K's fed their community a pile of shit wrapped in a good basketball game for many years now.
Yes.
So, and now they just did it one more time, and now everyone's finally journalists have seen it, because they weren't doing a very good job reviewing the games before.
Right.
So now somehow, I don't know if they were digging a little deeper this time or whatever, but that's always been bad.
Yeah.
I think I saw a video. You'll find this funny. So to get a character up to from the base, you just made the character, you want him to get him good, whatever good is, in the game, decent enough to play. Playing one game on the park, which is a 3v3, first to 21 type of game mode. Mm-hmm. You probably need to make close to 200,000 VC.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that before. Yeah.
Every one of those games.
Mm-hmm.
You play one of those games, so maybe take 6-7 minutes to play one of those.
Mm-hmm.
It gets you if you play really good, it gets you 300 VC.
Oh Jesus!
So you do that math.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, let me ask you this: do you think they're assuming if you play an entire season, you can earn that?
No, I don't think so.
80 games.
I'm not sure because because even if you play I play pretty decent in these games.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the my career game, so the fake NBA game,
mm-hmm.
You're playing a good number of minutes, whatever, however long it takes, you get 1,000 some.
Oh Jesus!
So you're still gonna have to play 200.
200 fucking games.
And that's for a character, and that's not that's for a character, and that's just for attributes because you have to pay for jump shots. You probably have to pay for your dribble moves. You have to pay for your layups. You have to pay for your dunks. You have to pay for the shit you wear. You have to pay for, and these are a lot of individual things you have to pay for.
See, I like it back in the days, and I think I told you this when I used to buy the NBA 2K games. I used to get the new game, put it in, and make my team. And my team consisted of remaking myself and all of the friends that I grew up playing with and putting them on a team and playing a season. It was that simple. I made them. I did all their scoring, how high they could jump, their shooting, all their numbers. I did it all. And I made some make-believe characters like Bembe Nikimbo, who was 7'6", and, and can dunk and shoot and all this stuff. So I make this every time the game came out. I'd make the same team and I'd play through the season, and I was happy with that. When they took that away, I was like, whoa, I can't just come in and make a team now? I got to take this character and build him up from shit to an all-star? This is new. Can I have the old way back, please? When they did that with the 2K games, even though I was happy about it, but when that 2K game came out and they took away the whole team creation aspect, they changed it to from the way they had it, I didn't want to play anymore. You know? So that was part of the fun, was customizing your own team and your own players.
Right.
And now they want you to go through a story mode, and they have cutscenes and all this stuff. You're talking all this. Skip. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? And then for a while I got into it. Then they put me on the Miami Heat. I wasn't happy with that. So I had to play with LeBron and all those motherfuckers, right? And then I'd get in the game, and because my skill wasn't high enough, I'd shoot and I'd miss, and I'd shoot and I'd miss, so my fucking ratio was low, and I'd make like 2 points maybe, and then they had the whole social media in the game, so all my fans were pissed off at me because I didn't duke it. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? This is supposed to be fun. I'm supposed to be able to get in here and play some fucking basketball.
No, see, that's the thing. My career and 2K and a lot of 2K stuff. Well, I'll stick to my career because I know other game modes that are VC driven, but I can't really speak to those necessarily as much as I can speak to this. My career is a VC making games like they do everything in their power to make you want to buy VC. Like everything costs VC. Not like there's one thing I can think of that doesn't cost VC. Two things that doesn't cost VC. At the beginning of the game, you choose one jump shot. That doesn't cost anything, and then later in the game, you get the ability to create your own jump shot, which doesn't cost anything.
No, that's it.
That's the two things I'm pretty sure you don't have to pay VC for.
Right. That's crazy.
So everything else you do. So everything is geared to make you feel inadequate in the early beginnings to then make you buy VC.
Right.
And that's not what anyone would call fucking fun ever.
No, that's not fun. It's like, I remember the days. If you were grinding in a video game, you were playing an online massive multiplayer game. That's where you grind. You never had to grind in console games. Maybe something like Final Fantasy VII and whatnot, but it wasn't a normal thing that you had to grind a character. Now it's the fucking norm. You either pay or you grind. And that's ridiculous. I don't know. Have you tried the competition yet?
Oh, NBA Live?
Yeah.
I've played the beta. I'm not going to spend money on that game until I know it's worth it.
Yeah, I hear you.
$dollars on a game I'm not going to play.
Yeah.
As much as I hate 2K for what they're doing, I play the game, so I'm not I'm not having a loss of money as far as I don't play it.
Right.
It's just that I play it and I know that it's a fucking ripoff. At the same time.
Yes. As you're playing through, it's like, oh my god, this game is such a ripoff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
It's really bad because I think they would actually I am not in their books. I'm not in their meetings. I don't necessarily know this for a fact, but I know I would put more money into the game if I didn't feel like they were fucking raping me all the time.
Right.
Like I would have.
Just let it happen.
Like if there was a better way of making the characters or just easier and stuff like that, I would probably have multiple characters. I have one. I'm not gonna put anyone into anything else.
Right.
Probably not gonna do anything else to but this one character.
Yeah, because it's hard.
Losing out on money because they're just jackasses.
Yeah, it's hard enough just to get one character. Why are you gonna make a second one?
Yeah.
Crazy. What's up, Capato? Ain't seen you in a while. I guess you don't have a date tonight? Let's see. Not including being on the bench at the start. Yes, that was the worst part. Sitting on the bench. I bought this game, and my character sucks, so I got to sit on the bench. And you know how you fast forward through the quarters until you actually get to play? Because you don't want to watch the game, you want to play it. So, okay, let me fast forward until the coach puts me back on the court. And then you get out there. And you do a couple things, then they bench you again. It's like... Go ahead.
Like this, Torrance. A website reviewed the game, gave it a 3 out of 10.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember the game. I don't remember the website. So I just like just glanced over this article.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave it a 3 out of 10. 2K contacted them and said, "What's the score?" or some shit like that. Like then they were like, "Well, the reviewer gave this game a 3 out of 10 because your microtransactions were horrid. It ruined the game for him."
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what you get. You get a 3 out of 10. Well, they were like, "Well, we're gonna make a statement or whatever." Like, I guess they were like trying to tell them that they were gonna like release statements like kind of detailing things or maybe adjusting prices for those VC things that he was having a problem with. That never happened, but they pulled his score. They pulled his score for like a week or so,
Mm-hmm.
and then they got nothing from 2K, so then they just posted the score back up.
What the fuck did they pull the score for?
Because they're weak.
Well, you know what? You don't know what site it was? It had to have been a big site. If 2K was concerned about it, it had to have been... Like, if I posted a 2K review, like, fuck that motherfucker, who cares? But so it had to be a big site. It had to have been a big site if they were concerned about that score being on that site. Probably was a highly visible site. Definitely wasn't Polygon because they're a bunch of ass kissers anyway. So it could have been like Destructoid or something like that. That's it. Now is this not this game? It's a previous version.
No, it's this game.
Oh, it's this. So this just happened.
Yeah, I told
So
you,
they
like, when I tell you that journalists have been like overlooking this for a while, I'm telling you that's for a fact. That's why when I did my like 1-2K review, I hammered them on the servers because their servers has always been fucking terrible, and no one has ever like called them out for it. And I was like, "Fuck this! I'm writing this review. Go fuck yourself. Make a new server." Like, what is this shit?
So somebody pulled their fucking score? How is that fucking journalistic integrity? To pull your fucking score? I wish a fucking publisher would come to me about even though I don't do scores, about a fucking score I posted. I'd be look, don't try to get me to change the score or pull it or anything because you guys fucked up. This is how it's gonna be. And I don't give a shit if you stop sending me fucking games. I'll buy it on my own and give it a bad score again. These journalists are so scared that they're not going to get free review copies. Like, they can't afford fucking $60.
I don't necessarily think it was the reviewer. I think it was the editor.
No, whatever. Yeah. Haven't been a manhole for a while.
Give him a 3. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? For somebody to give a game a 3, the game that actually has good gameplay, but it's inaccessible due to having to grind and buy VC, that's a proper score. If you think about it. EA dropped the ball. This is the year NBA Live should have drank 2K's milkshake. That's Capato. K-Cube says, like that one site gave it a 3 to 10 because of the way VC economy and 2K made them change. Oh, the 2K was just echoing what Ice was saying.
No, I remembered from what he put.
Oh, okay. Give K-Cube his credit. And he says, I remember Hip Hop Gamer went at that site because they gave it a 3. Oh, well, shit. Oh, my God. So, really? Who cares about the VC? He's probably using a trainer on it anyway. So did everybody watch the Morning Gamer Nightly Edition with Hip Hop Gamer about him cheating?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Did you hear? So you heard about it because last week we talked about how he was using cheats to stream Cuphead online.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody on Twitter got on his case, and it was a big battle. So I figured I'd talk to him about it on Morning Gamer, and I understand, like, okay, so he doesn't like to die and stuff like that. Again, nobody likes to die, but it is a part of the learning process and all this stuff. And he stood to his guns. He doesn't mind doing it. So he uses cheats on his Steam games. He's got cheats for his PlayStation 4 now. He's cheating his way through Bloodborne. I'm like, what? Yeah, man. They got cheats that you can load. So they got these things. And what it does is it goes in your PS4 and it edits your save file. So now he can go and edit his save file for Bloodborne and play through without dying.
Why does he want to do that?
I don't know. I tried to get him. I'm like,
oh yeah, I played Bloodborne. It's like, oh yeah, you did. How'd you do? Oh, is he ever gonna say, yeah, well, I just never died because I cheated?
No, he's gonna say, I beat it. That game was dope, and that's that. But I said, okay, I know how to get him to play without using cheats. I said, I challenge you to beat Cuphead without using cheats. He didn't accept my challenge. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're not going to accept my challenge and beat it without cheats? Come on. How are you not going to... And this is right after he said he'd take any challenge. It's okay. Really? I challenge you to beat Cuphead without any cheats. So, I don't know. He's an interesting character, you know? I love the dude. I don't understand a lot of his angles on stuff, but whatevers. Capato says, it goes to show we saw NBA 2K come from the good kiss with good intention and the work ethic and turn into Harvey Dent. Oh, KQ's posting his tweets. It says, matter of fact, oh wait, let me read this in order. Yo, Aaron Suddy of the 6-Axis, how can you say, oh, it was 6-Axis. How can you seriously say 2K18 is a 3 of 10? Do you even play basketball, bro? Like, do you actually play games? And then somebody said, did you read his review? And then he says, matter of fact, yo, Aaron Suddy, show your NBA 2K18 review footage, dog. For real, this is embarrassing. Yo, you're not a gamer, dude. Oh, my fucking God. Do you guys put this in front? Do you guys make me read this stuff so that I can react to it?
Like, he must have not obviously read his review.
How can he say these things when he's using cheats and streaming fucking games online? None of this makes sense. I don't understand. There's really something wrong with the gaming community. I'm sure you guys understand this now. We're fucked. We're a fucked community. K-Cube says, you created this monster, Torrance. No! No. I did not create this monster. When I created it, let me think of a movie where something was created and went berserk. Lawrence says, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Look, this isn't what I was expecting. Okay? I don't understand how he can come at this guy like this when he's using cheats to stream games. And I told him, I said, you know what? You want to sit in your home, in your private home, and not stream or anything, and put cheats on and play a game? Be my guest. But when you're displaying a game for the public, for your fans, play it like it's meant to be played. Fuck, Cuphead has an easy mode. You know,
like, that's well and all, but also if you're gonna come at somebody with anything, fucking read what they put. Don't.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't know. To me, those pieces doesn't sound like he knows what his review was about and why he gave it the 3 out of 10.
Lawrence says, why are you surprised? He's been doing this forever. And Butterball says, you brought the cougar to the party and he went berserk. And it went berserk. The way he's coming at this guy, it's disturbing to me because everybody just came at him for using cheats. And he's coming at this guy for a review score. And whether or not he plays basketball doesn't mean shit. You don't have to be a fucking athlete to know how the game is played and enjoy a video game. It's like,
to know when you're getting ripped off.
Everybody knows I don't know that much about football, but I'm learning more and more every year. They wanted me to play football in high school, but I didn't. I can put. Yeah, I know. That's the. I know. Well, my whole thing was I was so focused on basketball. Like I was like ice. I was far gone.
But Torrance, you're my height. You realize you'd have to be a point guard in the NBA. What sense does that make?
I wasn't thinking about that back then. I was like, I'll make it work somehow. I said, I'll make it work. And I wanted to go to the NBA. But that's just it. When they wanted me to play football, I was like, if I get hurt in football, then I can't play basketball, the true sport that I really love. I didn't really like football back then. I played it with my friends and stuff, but, you know, and a bunch of meatheads on the team talk about, this is a real men's sport. I was like, yeah, well, I play a sport where they don't wear pads. Shut them up real quick.
That's not really
motherfuckers.
A dumb argument, but
well, he started it. But anyway,
both of the arguments are kind of stupid, but your report was equally as dumb as his.
Well, I don't have to wear pads in basketball. But anyway,
I don't wear pads.
Well, anyway, but I could throw in Madden and play the game. You know, I could pick the plays and play the game and have fun with it. I don't have to be I fucking play soccer on the computer. You know, there's a new Sensible Soccer coming out.
I did not know that.
It's called Sociable Soccer. He's coming out with a new fucking soccer game. You remember that old game? It was on Atari Jaguar.
I never played it, but I've seen people play that game.
Check this shit out. I was blown away. I was like, this dude, it's coming out for Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation again.
Oh.
I guess. And it's called, they renamed it, its new name is Sociable Soccer.
Is it online?
I think so. Let me check. That's the whole thing. It's supposed to be online.
But that's the soccer game that's like top down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's got the same cute little characters that he did. Those little like before. Oh, I'm gonna show this on the stream real quick, and then I'll give you the link. Hold on.
I'd be interested because I know there are people who play the 2K games here, how they're experiencing the game, because the gameplay is really good.
Yeah, see, and that's what I've heard. So here's Sociable Soccer on the stream. I'll probably get hit with it. I hate getting hit with these fucking strikes, but here, check it out. So if you're wondering why I'm going crazy about this, is an old game way back when called Sensible Soccer, and this guy is still like making these soccer games, and they're really cool. Now, the one that came out for the Atari Jaguar had these, like, really tiny characters, but it was still, like, fun to play. 25,000 players, 5,000 legends. What else do they got here? Shows all the countries. 1,000 teams. Cups, leagues, online, all the shit.
Huh.
And they got it. It's Steam Early Access Ice.
Okay, makes sense.
But it's coming out for everything. At least I think it is. Yeah, so Steam. Yeah, I think it is coming out for everything now.
Does it say when, or is it TBD?
I think I'm going to check right now. I was supposed to send you guys the link. Sociable Soccer trailer. Here is the link to the Steam Early Access trailer. And I'm going to get on Steam right now and find out when it comes out. Sociable Soccer. It is available October 12th on Steam. So check that out. Speaking of which, did anybody pick up Battle Chasers?
It's a Battle Chaser.
It's this like turn-based RPG game that they kickstarted, and I think it's based off of a board game or something like that. I don't like guessing, so I'm going to look it up. I think it was an old board game or something like that. Battle Chasers. Here we go. Battle Chasers is an American fantasy comic book series by Joe Madureira, and I could have swore they made a game out of it. Battle Chasers Nightwar is a 30-day Kickstarter campaign for a Japanese-style role-playing game called Battle Chasers. Nightwar serves as a continuation and jumping point from the original comic book series. The game is developed by Airship Syndicate and Madureira, acting as CEO and creative director, along with Ryan and a bunch of people. It's currently planned for PC, Mac, Steam, DRM-free, GOG, Xbox One, PlayStation 4. And it looks really good. It's got awesome art. So yeah, I guess it was just a comic book. I could have swore it was like one of those games, but I guess I was wrong. And I guess 20th Century Fox optioned the rights to produce a movie, but it never happened. That was back in 2003. It just looks really cool. Let me see here. I'll get you the trailer for that. Battle Chasers. And isn't the guy in the game, isn't he War from, correct me if I'm wrong, War from Darkstalkers? He also worked on Cannon Buster. Oh, so you work with LaShawn Thomas. Okay. Anybody?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so let me play the gameplay trailer for you guys. Balance in my meal. Check that out. Looks really cool. I just love the colors. I love the artwork. Animation's dope. And part of it's like dungeon crawler. And then you get to these points where it's like turn-based RPG. It just looks really cool. Several different characters to choose from. Different skill sets. Looks like they got a thief, a magician, warrior. They got some big robot-looking dude. It's pretty cool. 29 bucks on Steam. I don't kickstart anymore. I'm too scared to kickstart anymore. I'm like, I'm done. So I just wait until it's out and I could just look at it and pay my own money for it without worrying about a Kickstarter.
Speaking of Kickstarter, what do you think Star Citizen's coming out?
Dude, I think Star Citizens is going to be released in 2025 or some shit like that. Now, supposedly I can log in and download the latest beta or alpha or whatever and I could play the game, but who wants to do that? You know, it's just... It's taking for fucking ever, man. It's so bad. I don't even know how much I paid for the fucking game. I have no idea. I forgot. I think I paid more than the standard $60.
Ow.
But, you know, it's like... You're not kickstarting... No, I'm not kickstarting the Dreamcast art book because I'm not a collector of art books. That's just not my thing. I don't have the space for it. I don't want to create space for it. That's why I don't put game boxes on shelves anymore. I just hate... I'm trying to be a minimalist, but it's really hard for me to do because I work in chaos. And if things are neat, I can't find them. So, my immediate workspace is covered in fishing lures, PlayStation 4 game boxes, pens, memory cards, just stuff that I haven't taken time to like find a space for. But once I find a space for all this shit and I completely minimize, I don't want to start stacking books or game boxes in here because what happens is you run out of space and you got to get another fucking shelf and fill that shelf, and you run out of space and you got to get another shelf, and it just keeps going on until you literally have to add an addition onto your home for all your shit, all your geek shit. And I don't want to have to do that. All my games are in a giant leather-bound book. So, you know, sad thing is if there's ever a fire, they're gone forever, but whatever. I just rebuy them digitally. Anyway, so yeah. Let's see.
If you're running out of things to talk about, you can talk about Forza.
I don't know what to say about Forza. I didn't get to play the demo, but I'm hearing that there's some issues on the PC version. Well, I'm laughing at Capato. Torrance only fed him after midnight. Basically saying, I turned hip-hop gamer into a fucking gremlin. I haven't played. I downloaded the demo on my PC. I haven't played it. I've heard there's some issues with the PC version, as always. But people are complaining about the microtransactions in Forza, too.
Yep.
It's like, this is the week of microtransactions. And the amazing thing is, Microsoft hit the world with 2 good exclusives, and then they got to get bad press for having these fucking microtransactions again.
Well, the good thing is if you got it on PC, I think you can cheat engine.
Yeah.
Currency.
Yeah. As always. You know, and I haven't played. I want to play, but I just haven't had time to play.
But yeah, so the thing I heard that was just weird about it, like I'm not sure necessarily if I heard that there were microtransaction problems, but what I did hear was that cars are locked in tiers now. So, like, in the past, you could just, from what I remember, in the past you could just buy a car whenever you wanted it. But now it's like you have to start at like one tier, and then like you have to actually purchase a number of vehicles in that tier to unlock the second tier, and then that so on and so forth. So that's where I've heard where the game is like kind of fucked up.
Supposedly, now didn't they make changes before when people complained about certain things?
Yeah,
I think they're supposed to be doing it again.
I mean, how many times can you fix something that?
Right. Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, so here's the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is what you're talking about. I don't think this is necessarily considered a quote unquote problem.
Mm-hmm.
But what Turn 10 seems to do, and Microsoft in turn seems to do, is send the games out for review without microtransactions available.
Oh, that's why they have that big update.
Yeah, and then when they update it down the line, it's like, oh, here you go. Here's all microtransactions. All the reviews are done.
Right.
So we can make this as dirty as we want now.
Smart. Amazing. That's just whatever. But you know, it's as easy as just not buying the shit. You know, I don't do it. I'll do it for free games. If you give me something free, I'll buy characters. I'll do microtransactions because it's free. And like if I get a free game and I like it and I want to support the company, okay, here's some money for microtransactions. I don't mind spending $20 or $30 on shit if the game is free. You know? Oh. So, I don't know if you were into Warframe, Ice. Did you see what they're doing?
I played that game when the PS4 first came out.
When it first came out?
Only games.
Did you see what they're doing with Warframe?
No, I haven't played that game in 3 years.
It is now becoming an open world game.
That sounds weird from what I remember.
Oh my god, dude, check out this trailer.
I'm not gonna be able to watch that. Sorry.
Well, later when you watch it. I know you rewatched the show.
Yeah,
Warframe trailer, open world, and it's supposed to be in a week. I think it's called Warframe Plains of Eidolon, and they basically took this game that people have been playing for free all this time and loving, and now it's open world. So I'm like, do I need to get back into fucking Warframe now and check this out? Because it looks fucking dope. So here's the trailer. Wait, don't give me the fucking MMO World trailer. Give me the one from the company. Jesus Christ. One day ago. Here it goes. Sorry you have to listen to these ads, people. Sorry. Okay, there it goes.
Hit that mute button.
And the thing is, everybody's been giving it rave reviews. They're saying it's like Warframe 2. That's how much content they put in this. But to be able to take your fucking ninja and run all over the world and do shit, that's fucking dope. So I'm definitely going to be checking this out. And I haven't played since way back when it first came out on the PC. I need to get back into this because it was a fun game. And it's free. Can we call this Warframe 2? Oh, so, and you can fish. It has a day and night cycle. You can fly. It's got giant bosses, like end game bosses. Oh my god, I can't wait.
Is this for PC only or is it on the consoles too?
This one is PC only. But I'm sure they're gonna take it and put it on consoles too, since the original Warframe did come out on consoles, so I'm sure that's gonna happen. Pretty dope, huh? Oh, should I have linked the trailer? Let me link the trailer. Hold on a second. Y'all make me do work in here. There it is. Copy link address. All right, what else, man? What else is going on, people? Anything
I heard there
else?
was a fun game for the Switch that just came out called Golf Story or Golf something.
Really?
Hmm?
Is it good?
It's like I don't know how I play this. So I'm not gonna tell you it's good, but I've heard it's interesting.
Can you put your Switch on the floor and take a golf club and swing?
Not that I know of.
Golf Switch Online Golf Tee. Is that what it's called? Golf Story. There it is. Is it supposed to be competition for Sony's? Oh, no, it's definitely not.
No, this is like our golf.
It's like an RPG. Oh,
it's
good
RPG.
Lord.
I don't know. I think you'd like it, Torrance.
The Japanese will think of anything, I tell you. Oh, what else is going on? So there will be a new Justice League trailer tomorrow. No, Sunday.
Oh, goody.
Can't wait for that. I'm excited. A couple other things. Jill Scott has been added to the cast of Black Lightning on CW, if you ain't been following that. And the next season of Luke Cage will have Iron Fist in it, so I think they are doing the Heroes for Hire thing. There are some people that are pissed off about that. I'm like, do you guys not know about the comics? Do you not know about Heroes for Hire?
Most of them probably don't, actually.
It's just, maybe you didn't like Danny Rand's character or the writing, but he still has to be with Luke Cage at some point. These people. What else? You didn't go to the New York Comic Con, did you?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, you did? How was it?
No, I didn't. Actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna pay money to go with a bunch of fucking sweaty nerds to go stand there and watch people.
Like really smelly ones.
I'm sorry.
Have you ever smelt a really smelly nerd at a convention? Like, you know, the guy took a bus to the town with the convention, rented a hotel. The first day, he goes in, he gets his stack of comics, walks around, eats hot dogs and hamburgers, whatever. Goes back to the hotel, doesn't shower, wakes up the next day, gets up, doesn't shower, doesn't brush his teeth, doesn't put deodorant on, and he goes right back to the con. And then at some moment in time, you walk past this person, and it smells like the worst fucking thing you've ever smelled in your life. I've had this happen numerous times at the San Diego Comic-Con. You just pass clouds of BO. It's like the worst fucking BO that you've ever smelled. It's like somebody's holding you down, and they got sweaty underarms and sweaty hair. It's all wet and hot and warm and full of smegma, and they put it right up to your nose. It's horrible. I used to hate when that happened. Does that ever happen to anybody? I'm sure it happened to Butterball this week. Tell me it happened, Butterball. I know it happened because it always happens. He's about to say, yeah, man, I passed out at one point. He says that's why he has air freshener at his table. Lawrence says they're called fanboys. You know, the great thing about a large convention with a lot of people, if you got a fart, you can just do it. Nobody knows where the fuck it came from. Oh, I love that. I'm just walking, squeezing them out. Everybody's just minding their own business, and maybe somebody smells it, and they're like, well, who am I going to blame it on? Oh, God. Oh. What else? What else is going on, people? Oh, so I wanted to tell you about my diet. So, you know, Ice knows. Me and Ice have spent a lot of time together. I think me and Ice have spent more time together than anybody else in this room. He knows what I look like. I'm a pretty big dude. Okay? 6'4". I don't even know where I'm at. I don't even weigh myself. But the last time I did weigh myself, I think it was 382. Okay? And so fat people that decide to change their life and lose weight, something happens to their mind. Something happens in your mind, and it turns something on. Because there's times when you're like, okay, you do a diet and you only do it for a few days. You do it for a week. You lose some weight and you're happy. Then you go back, give me the ribs, give me the steak, give me the burger, whatever. Because you can't handle it anymore. That's happened to me a lot of times. Something clicked, and it's been on my mind constantly. And I said, you know what? I've got all this knowledge now. I'm just going to fucking use it. You know, I'm going to modify it a little bit, but I'm going to use it. I've been reading a lot and watching a lot of videos about a raw food diet. Now, raw food. So, I'll explain in a minute. I've done juicing before. The problem with juicing is you lose a lot of weight when you juice, and that's great. And you get all this energy and everything, and it's great. But the problem with juicing is you keep getting these images in your head of fried chicken and gravy and all these things because you're not eating, you're just drinking. You're not eating anything. So you go a little crazy when you're juicing. And when I juiced back in 2012, I lost 44 pounds in 2 weeks. It was amazing. No, I'm sorry. It was 22 pounds in 1 week, and then I lost another 22 pounds over the course of 2 or 3 weeks after that. My weight was just falling off. But Ice is right. It's not healthy to lose weight that fast. Juicing is cool. It's good to do for like a day or two, but you lose too much weight on it. It's not good for your body. So anyway, that ended. I slowly started eating again. And I started eating after the 22 pounds. So that's when I went from juice to solids. And I continued to lose weight. But eventually, fried chicken, steak. And then I started cooking a lot. I started becoming this cook. I got this interest in cooking food like I'd never had before in my life. So, and I've done some things. I've done the smoothie thing. Recently, it's just been on my mind a lot. So I've been reading about raw foods. Raw foods is you just eat fruits, vegetables, nuts, beans, and shit like that. You drink a ton of water. You can drink a ton of 100% natural grape juice, whatever. And what I learned about it is when you eat raw foods, you're eating living foods. There's actually living organisms in those foods, and that's what your body wants. When we cook our food, it's dead. And what happens when you eat dead things is they begin to rot while they're inside your body. So I learned about all this stuff, and I said, okay, I love cooking. I love ribs, steak, and everything. There's no way I'm giving that up, but I got to find a way to do this raw foods diet and still be able to eat the foods that I like. So 6 days a week, I eat fruit, vegetables, nuts, seaweed, things like that, all day. I got this thing called the zojirushi, and it's a Japanese container with like...
I've told you about this before.
You told me about the zojirushi?
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell me about it before I bought it or after I bought it?
I told you about this shit years ago.
Just to clarify something, I'm going to tell you something, Ice. I'm going to tell you exactly when I bought it because you may have showed it to me and I didn't remember.
Probably.
Zojirushi. I bought it in December 5th, 2014. And it is the dopest fucking thing because part of controlling your diet and losing weight is planning your meals. So I'm like, I need to bring all the food that I'm going to eat with me. I can't buy anything. I can't go in a fucking vending machine. So I got a zojirushi. So I guess who uses it? Is you or Camille? Both of you use them?
We don't have one. I just knew about it.
Oh, you just knew about it? Now, how did you know about it? Were you looking into it or?
I've looked into that type of climate or that controlled bottle stuff, and that's one of the top ones.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome. It's basically a bento box. If you know about Japanese food, you know about bento. So anyway, I got this. I got it some time ago. So I'm gonna start using this thing. So I'll get a salad, and then in the zojirushi I'll put grapes, strawberries, blueberries. I'll put seaweed in one container. I'll put some nuts. I got unsalted cashews and pistachios. I'll throw that in there. And I'll throw some watermelon in there. Boom. And every 2 hours, I'll open it up, pack, and I'll eat that. So I started doing this on Monday. Okay, and I've been doing it all week. If I didn't have a salad, I would buy a salad for lunch and eat a salad with no carbs in it, just the lettuce and all the good stuff and like a balsamic vinaigrette dressing. So I've been doing this all week. The first couple days, obviously I had a slight headache because my body was detoxing and I was really tired. And all of a sudden, yesterday, I was full of fucking energy. I was just like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? I was feeling good. Usually, I shit on a schedule. Most guys do. Like, you wake up, you shit in the morning, or there's a time in the day where you shit. In 24 hours, I had 3 huge dumps. This is in one day now. 3 shits. I'm like, oh, shit, some more is coming up. What's happening is my body is now a well-oiled machine. It's like, yes, you've been giving me the food I've been wanting. So now it's working and it's getting rid of all that shit. It's just up, gotta go again. Shit, gotta go again. Come on, let's go, Torrance. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So, 6 days a week, I do this. On the 7th day, I can make a steak or some chicken or something like that. And I could cook, I could eat like I normally do. Not go crazy. Like, I'm not going to go on the 7th day, go to fucking KFC and get a bucket of chicken. But I can make a steak, I can make chicken, things like that. I can make some ribs if I want to, because that's the food I enjoy. So along with doing this diet, I can still eat the stuff I enjoy. But then the next day, after I eat all that garbage, liquids, prune juice, let's start it all over again. Let's keep the body working like a well-oiled machine. The shit's actually working. What's crazy is I haven't starved all week. I've not been hungry since I started this. Unlike a juice diet, because I've been eating and putting stuff in my body, I haven't been hungry. I came home tonight, I made a salad, I had a nice salad, and I had some grape juice. And I'm fine. I'm like, wow, this is great. I feel great. I feel a little light on my feet. I got this sense of I don't know what it is in my whole body. It's just like, I can't wait to see what my sex is going to be like.
You have Mother Earth in you now.
What did you say? What?
You have Mother Earth in you now.
Yeah, it's great. I actually here's how I cook my broccoli. I like to cook my broccoli till it's dark and soft, and all the flavors get mixed into it and everything. But all the nutrients are gone. So the other night, I blanched the broccoli for 30 seconds, then took it out, put a little seasoning on it, ate it, and it was great. And my body loved me. Tomorrow, my body's gonna be like, this motherfucker, here he comes with the steak again. Jesus Christ, man. But, it's only going to be, one day, and I'm not going to go crazy. And I'll enjoy the meal, and then it's back to that. And the thing that's great is doing this raw thing during the week is I have something to look forward to on that one day on the weekend. So it's not like, I'm never going to be able to eat those foods again, or I got to wait 30 days before I can do it. I always have that one day to look forward to, and it's actually working. So that's what I'm doing now. So take a picture, bookmark this video, come see me in a year. You might not recognize me. So that's that. That's what I've been doing. And right now I feel great, and it hasn't even been a full week yet, and I feel great. So if you're watching this show or you're listening to the podcast and you're a fat fuck like I am, you should give it a try. But nobody can make you do it. If you're having trouble with your weight and you're going through some shit, nobody can make you do it. Now, a lot of people do the bypass surgery. My mom did it. Wendy did it, and they lost hundreds of pounds. Everybody's been asking me to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to have surgery. What's the name? It's the Torrance diet. It's the 6-day raw diet. I don't know. I made it up. So I took what I learned from eating raw, what everybody was saying about eating raw, and I just modified it a bit to fit my needs by giving myself that one day, and a couple other things. Basically, I modified it just a little bit, just to fit my needs and to make me happy. And even they even tell you when you want to go raw, they say don't go just cold turkey 100% raw. It's really hard to do. They say go in slowly. I went 100%. But I got that one day to look forward to. So it's great. And my body's feeling wonderful. I'm like fucking wired right now. So, it's great. Getting old isn't fun. It's just not. And some dudes in there, young dudes, when you start getting old, I know Mega Jack's, how old are you, Mega Jack? Mega Jack's like, oh shit, he asked me a question. He's probably towing some cars or something. But when you start getting old, man, it's no joke. We used to laugh at older people and stuff. When your body starts changing and you start getting old, and I think that's one of the things that kicked in that made me say, okay, you know what? I really need to get serious with this shit. Is getting old, It's like seeing stuff that's going on with my cousin and my friend Bubba. He's got some back issues now, so he's been laid up for a couple days just so he can fish this weekend. It's getting old absolutely sucks. When you're young, your body works for you. But when you start getting old, you got to work for your body. Because your body's like, okay, I've done everything I can. You need to kick in. You need to back me up. You know, so I'm trying to back myself up and do what's necessary to lose weight, you know, because I want to look good, man. I want to live long, you know. It's like, now, why are you saying bye-bye metabolism, KQ? Oh, you're saying when you get old, your metabolism takes a nosedive? Yeah, man. Fat just starts to pile up. I remember when I was young, I used to eat ribs and mashed potatoes and Seagram's wine coolers and sit in the hot tub, and I didn't give a fuck because it just wasn't doing nothing to me. This was great. Life's great. Give me a pound of bacon. And then I'd go and I'd run 3 miles, go to the gym, you know, play some basketball, unload trucks and UPS. It was great. I was a fucking machine. And then I got an IT job. Sitting at my desk all day, and then the fat just... It just started piling on. Oh, we got free pizza. You know, oh, it's birthday. We got cake. You know, and you just start getting fat. And it fucks with you. It really does. You guys that are thin, whether it's because you have it's in your blood or you have fast metabolism, or maybe you work out all the fucking time. So, trees go to war. World War III soon. Fuck it. So anyway. Oh, somebody's got Wicked City on the fucking... Trees Go to War posted a clip from Wicked City. That's some serious vagina right there. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I'll keep you guys up to date. And it's not even really a diet. It is a life change. This is the rest of my life now. And what's great is I go to the supermarket and I just buy fruit and vegetables, nuts. I get a bunch of it and that's it. And I'm done. And I pay for it. I walk. I'm like, this is pretty cool. And I just, it's like, okay. I go and I get my grapes. I put everything, prepare my little zoji rusi, and I'm off. And I got miso soup. I ordered some miso soup off of Amazon. They say eating anything that's fermented is good for your body. So I get miso soup. I get the paste now because it's better than the powder. And it's great. So I feel wonderful. It's unbelievable how I feel right now. I wish you could have been in my body last week and be in my body now. What do you mean, who's they? What are you talking about?
You said they say.
Oh. Well, you know, they say. So anyway, that's it. Did you watch my Cuphead stream, Ice?
No.
No. That game's brutal. It's fucking...
Yeah, I've heard it's bad.
It's brutal, but it's a great game. Great game. Anyway. I still want to get my hands on Nier. Ugh. Waiting for a good sale, but, you know. Whatever. Anything else, people? Nothing else? Is that it?
No. You don't take questions from the chat anymore?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People can ask me anything. Ask me anything. I'm having an AMA. My name's Terrence Davis, and I'm having an AMA. Ask me anything. Trees Go to Wars. Just admit Sony is the greatest. Why? I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm not gonna admit any video game company is the greatest. And if I was to admit any game company is the greatest, I'd go with Rockstar. How's that? Tiger? You talking about Tiger Electronics? Big laughs. Lawrence pulled out the Tiger Electronics card. Is that it, people? Shout out to everybody in the chat channel. Bio2309, Butterball20, Fat Tuna, KCube90, Lawrence, Sab, Mega Jack, Ruben in Arizona. Shout out the 1, Tenno, the real D-Right motherfuckers. Trees Go to War, and Ice. Oh, I got a question here from King21 of Kings. What do you think about the Nintendo Switch and them upping production to 2 million Switches a month? Well, unlike what I said a year ago, the Switch is doing marvelous as far as sales goes. And they're upping the production because the holiday season's coming up, and I think Nintendo knows they're going to sell a butt shitload of those fucking consoles. Speaking of which, people, I don't know if you guys realize this, but people were selling the SNES on eBay the same day that they came out in the stores and making like $170 to $200 per box. Are people in the world that either that rich or that lazy where they're not even going to bother going to a Target to get it and they'll just pay the extra money to get it on eBay?
Yeah, why not?
That's fucking amazing. That means they're going to be worth more when they discontinue them in about a month. AC 5-star says, what are your thoughts on Destiny 2? Here's my thoughts on Destiny 2. I'm hearing that the game is great, which I don't deny. I don't have the game. I'm not going to get the game, but I'm hearing it's really, really good. But it's just not for me. And I'm not going to play it. Do I have an interest in it? I'd like to get my hands on a mouse or a controller and check it out. But I'll tell you what. And somebody brought this up. Battlefront 2. It's in semi-open beta right now, right? It's not complete open beta. I'll tell you what, and I'm going to be completely honest. Like, Battlefront, when it came out a couple years ago, I was like, oh, this is awesome Star Wars universe. I can control it and add and all this stuff. This is fun. But then the game quickly just died. It was just like, oh, is that it? You know? And then to really get into it, they wanted me to buy DLC. And I was just like, it died. It didn't keep up to the expectations I thought it was. I'm really not interested. So now, it's open on Xbox One right now, so I can get on my Xbox One and play. I really want to play on the PC, though. What about the PC? Oh, so it's open now. So where do I go? Where do I go? Send a link. Put a link in the chat while I'm answering this question. So, let me log in Origin. So, I've been watching these clips of Battlefront 2. And I'm watching them and I'm like, holy shit, this looks dope. And then I saw the part where you get to play Darth Maul and Wreck Shop as Darth Maul. And I'm watching it and then I saw the space battles and I was like, oh my fucking God. This game looks fucking dope. So I'm like, fuck. Do I have to get another fucking Battlefront game? I mean, it just looks so much better. And then people are saying great things about it. They're saying everything they did wrong in the first one, they fixed in this one. So I'm like, shit. Ugh. So I'm really considering getting it. Plus, I'm streaming. Streaming is a regular thing with me now, so I'll probably request review code of Call of Duty World of War and get more stuff to stream.
Oh, boy.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, you wanted me to stream, Ice. I'm here. I'm doing it now. I'm doing it. And by the way, when are we going to play some more Fire Pro?
I don't know. When are we going to play? Listen, I'm the one who plays video games. You're the one who does. So don't bring it to me like that.
Okay, we need to play some more Fire Pro because, you know, we've been off that for a while.
You need to play some fucking Demon Souls, but you need to fucking play. Quit fucking around.
That's not multiplayer.
Who gives a shit?
Okay, so I'm on Origin. Battlefield 1, Star Wars. Oh, there it is! Is it under free games? No. Origin access. Browse games. Battlefront 2. Oh, Battlefront? No. Okay, I'm on Origin. I can't find it. I'm on Origin. I can't find it. I'm on Origin. I can't find it. Somebody just started playing in the fucking Steam. Okay. Or in Origin. Where the fuck is it? Okay, play now. There it is. Got it. Okay, yes. Add to game library. Let's get down, people. Sorry is the King of Kings says Destiny 2 took the grind out. Most people that I know have stopped playing because they reached the max light so far. Well, one of the things I did notice about it is that you can get max light pretty quick. Not unlike the first one, but you know, I don't. I mean, that's good and bad, you know, because once you're max, you can do all the end game stuff, so it's really not a bad thing, you know. It's just download with Origin. Let's get down. Create a desktop shortcut. Yes. Yeah. I've accepted the license agreements. Fucking license agreements are so stupid because you know when you buy a game in a box, when you get a game in a box, you don't have to read a license agreement or click a box or hit accept or anything. You just buy the fucking game and you play it. I hate fucking license agreements. So anyway, Sorry is the Great says Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition, Street Fighter 5 Ultra by next summer. Here's a hilarious thing about Street Fighter 5. They got the nerve. I guess they got the nerve to release it, but they should have released it. But this should have been released a long time ago. So as you all know, Capcom released Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition. It has the arcade mode and all that stuff that should have came in the original game. Good on them for finally doing it, I guess. But I do think that there'll be an Ultra version. I think they'll put it on Xbox. Like everybody said, that would be interesting. I think Capcom's in trouble, to be honest with you. Somebody's going to buy them up. Anything else, people? Haven't played Fortnite Battle Royale. There is some dude on Twitch with a Korean name, and I can't read it. Whoever you are on Twitch with the Korean name, what's up?
How do you know it's Korean?
Because it's in Korean. I know what the Korean language looks like.
You're on Twitch?
I'm on everything right now. I'm on Twitch, Mixer.
I do like Twitch.
Hey, dude.
Shitting on Twitch, and then the next week you're fucking
I'm diversifying my bonds, man. Okay, yeah. Come on.
All right, hip hop. What Twitch give you?
Come on. Okay, all right, Ice. I was wrong. I'm streaming on all platforms now. Is that better? No, I'll even make it better. Ice, you know what? You were right. I'm streaming on all platforms. I should have listened to you in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
So he says, "What up, Big T? What up, Korean dude?
What up, Big T?
I'd like to know your game, how you say it in English, so I could say your name because I don't read Korean. Although I could probably do a Google Translate. Let me see this. No, don't want to do that. I don't know. Whoever you are that has a Korean name, what's up? King21 of King says, yeah, but the problem is that they took the random weapon stats out, so everyone will have the same weapon when they get the loot. So before Destiny 1, you would keep playing to get the perfect roll of a specific weapon. I hope they bring that back. Some guy comes... Okay.
Yeah, but now you can add things to your weapon. You can add, like plus stuff to your weapon. And shit.
I just had to block somebody for using racist...
Well, congratulations, asshole.
I guess I'm getting popular now. I'll just report him.
Jack off. You got yourself kicked off of a fucking internet podcast that 50 people listen to because you're a piece of shit.
No, Ice. 1 million.
Nope.
All right. What else? Keep it coming. Keep it coming, people. Is that it?
You should bring back giving us things, and you should, like at the end of at the beginning of the month, you should write down people's names who give us good questions and put them in the raffle, and then at the end of the month they can win something. It doesn't matter what it is.
That's a good idea, Ice.
For more, yeah, so you get more participation.
But Torrance doesn't have give us stuff money anymore.
It doesn't have to be big. Anything.
Oh, that's true. I have a jig hook for the.
Choose the game I stream next.
Well, I have to own the game.
Well, okay, well you make a list then.
Okay.
That's so hard for you. It's all right.
It is.
Giant list of games you have.
What games am I looking forward to? I'd say right now, Battle Chasers. I want to play that. I want to get near and get into that. I still want to play Sea of Thieves when that comes out, so I'm looking forward to that. Even though I have Uncharted Chloe, I haven't played it yet, so I'm still looking forward to playing that. There's a lot of stuff I want to get into. That's why I like these streams, because it's forcing me to actually play these fucking games, and that's great.
I wish it would force you to play one of those games.
Well, I've been watching Switch progress, really impressed. I was one of the Wii U downers because the exclusives are great, but third party was nowhere. I'll probably pick up the Mario bundle. Your thoughts on when you may pick up the Switch? I think they will hit 8 million by this year's end, 12 million by the Switch's 1 year mark. I had said on a previous show, King of Kings, that if the Switch makes it to 20 million and they're still doing good, I will actually go back on what I said and I will pick up a Switch. If they make 20 million, because I don't want to be screwed over like I was with the Wii U. So if they make 20 million if they made 20 million by next year, then I'll get one.
How many are out now?
He said 8 million. They're at 8 million right now.
Yeah, makes sense. I think I called this.
Yeah, you did. You did.
No, Michael Pachter, I'm coming for your job, bro.
Yep. And the thing that's funny is my library for the Switch is so small, I could still enjoy it and just get through it. I could actually complete a console and then be done with it. But there are some really cool games coming out for the Switch, and some that are already out that I want to play. And yeah, I'm interested in it, but I'm going to wait till next year. I'm going to just wait, see what else is coming out. There's other companies that are interested in it now. I see Rockstar's making games for it now. You know, not that I would buy a Rockstar game on the Switch, but its popularity is there. So as long as it can sustain that, then I will invest in it. He says, I think it will hit easy with Pokemon coming to the console. Between that and Mario, they will get 10 million. Oh, easily. I think they'll easily be 10. You said 12 million at the end of the year. I say between 10 and 11. I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
3 million this holiday.
I mean, it's already October. I don't know if you people realize it now. Gameageddon is live. This is it. October, November, December. That's it. So that's why I'm thinking they're going to move between 2 to 2.5 million units by the end of the year. They're going to be a hit for Black Friday. I also think the Xbox is going to do well. I think the PlayStation is going to do well. This is going to be a very healthy holiday for consoles. Very healthy holiday. And King of Kings says, thanks for answering my questions. I know you stream on Friday. 10 million more, I mean. So 20 million by years. Yes, 20 million by 2018. Yep. More than likely when I get it, it'll be next holiday season. And it's always fun to buy a new console, especially when it's a bundle, and open it and smell it and everything and hook it up and, you know, get in there that first time and play it. And I've always said this about Nintendo's consoles. There's a lot of bro dude gamers out there that think this is kind of gay and everything. But I like the fact that Nintendo feels like a kid's console. It feels kind of kiddie, kind of video gamey. I like how they haven't shied away from that. I like that. I think that's cool. It makes me feel like I was 14 again, getting one of my first next generation consoles back in the days. You know, when the Atari and ColecoVision died and Nintendo came out and Sega came out with consoles, and it was like, oh shit. But while the company does take itself very seriously, I think the fact that they make the consoles and the games colorful with all kinds of cool sounds, I like that. And I don't think that's anything that they should ever shy away from. It's what makes Nintendo Nintendo. And I've always liked that about them. I mean, I'm a big fan of Animal Crossing on the 3DS. So, you know, I'll play anything as long as it's good. Thank you, King of Kings, and thank you, A-Star, and Sorry's Great, Capato, and Korean dude. Don't know who you are. Everybody in here, Ice, Adam J, Trees Go to War, Real White motherfuckers. Everybody, just thanks for supporting the show.
You have to go through like 7 different streaming things now to figure out.
Yeah. Everybody, thanks. It's not too hard because I use the restream chat to see who's actually chatting on the other streams. Because I know there's some people that may watch on the other streams but not say anything. Oh God, there's a plague in Madagascar. Thanks for the fucking great news. Lawrence keeps asking about Assassin's Creed Origins. Oh, one thing I am looking forward to. I am looking forward to being able to walk around Assassin's Creed and not actually play the story. What other game has that now? There's 2 games that have that now. What was the other one? Was it Shadow of War has that too? Where you can just run around? Am I interested? Oh, Ice, they're asking you if you're interested in Code Vein. You never answered that.
I don't know what the fuck Code Vein is.
Okay. He doesn't know what Code Vein is. Isn't that from... who the fuck is putting that out? Yeah. Who's putting that one out? I forgot who's making... Yeah, it is like a Dark Souls game.
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, and did you hear that? Oh, here's another thing. Neo's coming out for the PC.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna grab that and stream that too.
Oh, I'll watch that.
Now he's got a boner. Now he's got a boner. So Neo for PC comes out. It is just November 7th. It'll be the Neo Complete Edition, and it will include the base game. It'll include the base game, and all 3 DLC expansions, and super stunning higher-end resolution graphics, and it'll promise a stable 60 frames per second and 4K support, respectively. King says, exactly, I'm 33, but the fact that you can take it with you on the go is something that makes it great. NBA 2K18, I can get my career while I'm visiting family. Will be a good time when I get it. Aren't you supposed to be like spending time with your family when you visit your family and not playing games? Do they tell you, King of Kings, put that down and talk to your grandmother? Oh, one other thing. If you all didn't see it yet, did you guys see the Pacific Rim 2 trailer?
Nope.
All right. Here you go. I'm going to leave on a good note. Pacific.
What was that game called?
What game?
Something. I don't know. Something they're like, you want to. What do you think about it? I didn't know what it was.
What, the one I was just talking about?
Yeah, the one you told me about. That was like Dark Souls, but not.
Oh, Code Vein.
Code Vein.
All right, here we go.
Oh, is this that anime looking one?
Everybody watch the stream. Pacific Rim 2. Oh, shit. Get hyped.
No Guillermo del Toro. No.
I got to be quiet while I watch this. It's so dope.
We were born into a world at war. Between the monsters that destroyed our cities and the monsters we created to stop them, we thought we had sacrificed enough. But the war we thought we finished is just beginning. And the only thing standing in front of the apocalypse is us. War ready. War ready. But it doesn't matter where you came from, who believed in you and who didn't. War ready. War ready. This is our time. This is our chance to make a difference. War ready.
Oh my god.
Now let's get it done. That's what I'm talking about. In my focus, I wanna get it all till I die. In my focus, I wanna get it all till I die. They've evolved, and they could wipe out all life. Y'all remember me? Y'all remember me? In my focus, I wanna get it all till I die. Get it all till I die.
I think I could get used to this.
In my focus, I wanna get it all till I die.
There's something you need to see. Well, he's pretty big.
everything you got. Get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Get it on till I die. Legendary, live eternally.
Oh boy.
How about this game?
I can't wait to see that. About what? What?
The Code Vein game. It's so anime. I don't.
Don't you like anime?
I like watching anime. It's fine, but like when your game is so anime, it's like I don't know.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, man! What are you saying?
Just watch that. Like it just looks. I'll watch a gameplay trailer or whatever. The first thing that was on. I picked the first video on YouTube.
What am I gonna do with you, Ice?
What do you want from me?
Oh, you're so finicky. God
Well,
damn it!
I have a question. Like,
yes.
okay, actually, this is not. So people are really flipping their shit about Cuphead, right? And they're
Yeah.
like, oh God, this stuff is never like they're flipping their shit about the animation, which it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously, no one's ever necessarily tried that before.
Right.
But like we've seen games in the past to do like pretty good job at like recreating something that is from television before.
Yeah.
Like the Beavis and Butthead games on like the NES.
Dragon Ball Z games.
Yeah, like they look pretty much like the things.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand the just the everything. I don't know. I think people are like losing their shit for not necessarily something that's that and like it's interesting, but it's like not it's never not been done or hasn't not been done before. It's been done plenty of times.
I think, well, okay, so if you look at the Dragon Ball Z games, the Naruto games, they look just like the anime, and that's cool. And when those games first came out, you're like, oh my god, it looks just like the cartoon. It's the same thing with Cuphead. Oh my god, it looks just like the cartoon, except Cuphead looks like a cartoon from the 20s. That's the difference. It's classic animation. All the cells are hand-drawn. It's the aesthetic of the game is absolutely breathtaking. But if you took the same game and just if you put indie graphics on it, those blocky indie graphics, or you made it like Rayman or something, I don't think people would have took onto the game like they are. I think part of the reason why people love it so much is the aesthetic. And I sent a message to the developers. I'm like, you need to take this engine or whatever you've done, and you need to make a Popeye game. You need to make a Popeye brawler in this same format, using that same 20s style animation. You need to make a fucking Popeye game, and I will fucking be there day one to buy it and play it. There's tons of brawlers out there. It's standard genre, but when you take 20s animation and you put it on top of it, it draws you in a different way. Like Cuphead. It's mind blowing to me. It's not a game. It's a fucking cartoon. When I'm watching Cuphead, I'm like, this is a fucking cartoon. It's fucking amazing. But on paper, it's just a fucking platform game. It's a very hard platform game. That's all it is. But there's something to appreciate when it comes to the graphics. It's something you can appreciate. You know they put a lot of hard work into it. You like the way it looks, and the gameplay is great on top of that. So it's a win-win. That's all. Most of those people wouldn't have gave a shit if it didn't have those graphics. It wouldn't even be on the radar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. It's just I don't know. I've seen some like just over dramatic I don't know.
Look at the new Dragon Ball game. The new Dragon Ball game is more like the anime than any other previous Dragon Ball games. And on top of that, it's a really, really, really fucking good fighting game. So you can't have these things that just have cool graphics. They actually have to be fun to play too. They got to have good gameplay. So that's the other thing. They got to be good. And on top of that, Cuphead's fucking super hard. So everybody's like, oh my god, that looks so gorgeous, I got to have it. And then it's fucking hard. It's like they draw you in. You know, oh, look at this beautifully animated game. They draw you and get you to buy it because it's cheap. It's not even $60. And then you're frustrated because it's fucking hard as shit. But it's not unlike Mega Man was, or Ghosts and Goblins, you know, or any of those games.
I don't know. I guess it's just like no matter how good that Dragon Ball Z game will be,
Mhm.
it'll be met with, oh, it's a Dragon Ball Z game and it looks like Dragon Ball Z. When I'm looking at this, I'm like, I'll say, okay, it looks like the cartoon. Okay,
Right.
like it's not like, oh, it's amazing. It's never been done before.
Yeah.
Okay, but like.
The only thing that's amazing are the graphics. But I mean, if you think about the gameplay, like first thing I thought about when I played it, I thought about Gunstar Heroes, which is one of the best platform shooters ever made. That's what it made me think about. Gunstar Heroes, Mega Man, but Gunstar Heroes was on that level, you know. So, and a lot. Let's be realized, a lot of these people playing Cuphead, they're not historians. You know, they're not gamers that were even around when Mega Man first came out. A lot of people nowadays don't even appreciate games like this. They just don't. But Cuphead's now the talk of the town. So everybody's talking about it. Everybody's loving it. Some people are hating it and putting cheats on. You know, so that's all I got to say about that. If you listen to the podcast or you watch the stream, please support us by subscribing to the channel. YouTube.com/VGWarzone. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a fucking click. How many times have you clicked to go to fucking web pages or saw a picture and clicked it or had to click X on your browser because you were watching something you shouldn't have been watching? You know, it's a click. It's a single click. Go to youtube.com/VGWarzone and subscribe to the channel. You know, I need 1,000 subscribers so I can get that super chat working. It doesn't cost you any money. Please do it. There's the Patreon, patreon.com/TorDavis. Please support us, but it's free to subscribe. So please subscribe on YouTube. If you watch us on those other stations and subscribe to us on the other stations, but the YouTube subscriptions really count because it'll open up other things for me to do with the fans, and I really want to get super chat going. I got 84 days to get 1,000 subscribers. We're at 100. We're actually at 142. We're actually at 142. Ace 5-star says, I've been listening to you for years, Tor. Love listening to you. Thank you, AC 5-star. But yeah, I know there's a lot of people that don't subscribe but listen to the show. Fucking subscribe, man. Just help me get those. These are easy numbers. Easy numbers. Plus, if you subscribe, when we go live, you get this. You'll know. You'll get a notification in your email, on your phone, or whatever when we go live. So that's all I'm asking. Send money too, but that's all I'm. That's all I'm really asking for. I need those subscribers because the subscriber count's really going to help me. It's free. It doesn't take that much effort. So thank everybody for listening. I will see you next week on the show. Unless nothing happens this week, then I might just stream. I don't know. We'll see. But
Streaming getting fucked up.
yeah. So yeah, we will. I will see you soon. Thanks again for listening. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll see you next week. Peace out.